Welcome to Sex Ed with DB. I'm your host, DB. Let's get into it. Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. I hope you are doing well. I'm so excited to come into your ear holes right now. No dirtiness intended. I'm so sorry. Talking about a fun bonus episode where I answer a sex ed question. And this season, we're going to be doing questions that relate to Rom-Com Vom episodes. And so right now, we are going to be answering a question that comes to me from a listener specifically about leaked nudes. And before I get into that, just a reminder that, this past Wednesday, we did an episode for Rom-Com Vom on Notting Hill, and there was a segment in That's Problematic where we talk about the fact that Anna, Julia Roberts' character, her nudes got leaked. And there was, this basically like revenge porn situation that happened where many years ago, she's an actress, and many years ago, she mentions that she takes, nude photos and that everyone's doing it at that time in order to get money. But someone was secretly filming her without her consent and released that to the press. So super fucked up, really not okay. A major issue in that film is how essentially she's like apologizing for this. And Hugh Grant's character, William, has to kind of be sort of the hero in just saying like, oh, that's okay, or like it's heroic for him, like not to leave her because of it. I don't know. I just feel like I wish so much in that moment that he, basically was like, that's so fucked up, and like really defended her. It was like a soft defense, but I think, that's something that it is really fucked up and not cool and illegal. Not only not cool. And so because of that, I wanted to cover specifically a question about storing your nudes safely. And so, if you're curious about the Rom-Com Vom episode and me and my mom's hot takes on Notting Hill, highly recommend pausing this and going back to the first Rom-Com Vom episode where you could hear us talk about leaked nudes, taming fame, and much more. But here is the question for today. I love taking nudes and sending them to my boyfriend, but always have a small fear in the back of my head that they're going to end up on the internet somewhere, even though I know he would never share them. How do I safely store my nudes to make sure that they don't get leaked? And I am just so glad that you are here asking this question. It feels pretty easy to think that we should be able to sext without our nudes ending up somewhere that we didn't consent to. But the truth is there is no foolproof way to protect your nudes unless you just don't take them, right? Like kind of like how we say in sex ed that abstinence is the only way that you can fully 100% protect yourself against STIs and unwanted pregnancy. But is that realistic to say that people won't take nudes just because we tell them not to? No, we know that for sure. We know that we want to feel hot and sexy and like we're able to be in control of our bodies and our nudes. But if you're going to take them, here's your fairy godmother sex educator, DB here, sharing just a few ways that we can protect ourselves as much as we can. And this obviously goes without saying, but image-based sexual abuse is always the fault of the perpetrator and not the victim. Glad we got that out of the way. I know that if you're listening to this, you completely agree, but had to say it again nonetheless. Okay, here we go. So here are 4 ways that we can work a little bit harder to protect ourselves against, nudes being leaked / how do we safely store nudes to make sure that they don't get leaked as much as possible. Number 1 may seem simple. Make sure your phone has a legit passcode. This is specific. All this advice is specific to phone nudes, by the way. I could do a whole other episode about computer nudes, but most people, I think, take them on their phones and send them through their phones. So this is applicable for that. Okay, so make sure your phone has a legit passcode. I'm talking to you, not 0000, not 1234. And this may seem simple, but it's a really important step to ensuring that your device is locked. It won't be broken into if it's stolen, or if you lose it or it's borrowed from someone else, no one can get in. So that's number 1. Number 2, get a photo storage app to store your nudes. There's something called Private Photo Vault with a ton of good reviews, recommended by Mashable, by an article I was reading in order to do research for this episode, where you can protect your hot selfies in a pin or in a pattern protected folder. And it also includes security features in case your phone and your precious nudes ever get stolen, like break-in reports that will automatically take a photo of the thief and send their location via GPS. Holy shit. That is some next level how to catch a predator situation going on there. So yeah, number 1, passcode. Number 2, photo storage app. Number 3, cannot emphasize this enough, really make sure that you fully trust whoever you are sending these nudes to. And while we're here, let's go over the definition of revenge porn, shall we? Because that is relevant. Revenge porn is revealing or sexually explicit images or videos of a person posted on the internet, typically by a former sexual partner, without the consent of the subject and in order to cause them distress or embarrassment. I'll also add on that this includes people sending them around to other people without their consent. That can also be included under that definition. And this happens with former lovers of a few days all the way through spouses of many, many years. So it's really hard because obviously we would like to think that we trust the people that we marry, and yet they can surprise us by breaking the law. Just an update as of June 2024, 49 states all have laws against revenge porn, all except South Carolina. What the fuck, South Carolina? That is insane. That is crazy that you do not have a law against revenge porn, but that, again, an episode for another day. So just know that if you live anywhere other than South Carolina, you should be protected. But even though it's a step in the right direction, it is incredibly challenging, as we know, for victims to bring successful cases of revenge porn because it's very hard to prove. And of course, there's all the other barriers like legal fees and time in court and things getting, moved back over and over again and all these things. Essentially, obviously, it's very hard for victims to get justice in the justice system. And so all that is to say, that's why it's all the more important that you really, really genuinely feel like you trust whoever you're sending these nudes to. If you are considering sending them to someone that you're just casually dating or someone on a dating app, I would highly recommend that you reconsider that and just consider when is it that you actually really trust this person and make a decision then. Number 4, the final piece here to try to protect your nudes, your precious nudes. Don't include your face in the photo. Let me explain. I know this may seem weird, but the less that you include your face in photos, the harder it is to connect your body to the real person that you are. And this is a tangible way that you can protect yourself if, God forbid, your nudes ever got leaked. So yeah, another level of security is just ensuring that you can include your body, you can include your genitals, but consider not sending your face in the photo. And yeah, again, it's really important that we feel in control of our bodies and our images that we take and try to be as safe as possible in order to protect ourselves. Taking nudes can be a really, really fantastic way that we feel empowered. We can feel beautiful in our body. We can feel sexy. We can titillate our partner, someone that we're dating. But we want to be as safe and cautious as possible, especially with technology advancing, especially with how accessible information is about us nowadays. And so, yeah, really important that we, as the person taking the nude, are doing everything that we can to ensure that we're protecting ourselves. Okay, so make sure your phone has a passcode, get a phone storage app, make sure you fully trust the person, and don't include your face. If you are interested, again, in checking out Rom-Com Vom, it is the previous episode before this one. Go listen to it. It's really, really fantastic, if I do say so myself. Notting Hill with my mom. And yeah, I'm so excited to be doing these bonus episodes. If you are interested in writing in a question, make sure that you go to the link in our Instagram bio and type in a question in our anonymous Google form. The question box used to not be anonymous, but I'm going to change that because I just really want your questions. So feel free to write in the anonymous question box in the link in our Instagram bio, and you too could get your question answered on a bonus episode. Stay cool. I love you all. Have a great, great weekend. Our creator, host, and executive producer is me, Danielle Bezalel, aka DB. Our producer is Sadie Leegee. Our communications lead is Catherine Cohen. Our marketing coordinator is Alex Bateman. Our music theme is by Hook Sounds. Thanks so much to our featured guests, partners, and listeners. If you have a rom-com you remember from growing up and want us to cover it on Rom-Com Vom, submit it to us by leaving a review on Apple Podcasts and leaving a comment on Spotify. Want to partner with us? Email us at sexedwithdb@gmail.com. For more sex ed content, follow us on Instagram at sexedwithdbpodcast. See you next time.